Damn it. Every ounce of my body wants to respond. Like literally every hair on my head. But I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's not healthy for me to respond. One, hello. And two, what would that get me?
Hello everyone, welcome to another Unfolding Growth video. Like and subscribe. This video is for entertainment purposes only.
My last breakup almost broke me, but what saved me completely changed my life. Okay, so boom. My relationship was toxic, and when it ended, I felt like a failure. Mostly because most of my relationships were toxic. My so-called friends turned against me, I didn't have family support, and I couldn't even face myself. One night, I hit rock bottom. I was completely overwhelmed with grief and sadness. Holy Spirit prompted me to pull out my feelings wheel and write down everything I was feeling. Over 36 emotions poured out onto the page. That's when it hit me. The breakup wasn't my problem. Me not loving myself well was my problem. So I started small. I began paying attention to myself, speaking kinder to myself, and eventually starting to like myself a little bit. One day, I looked in the mirror and I was overwhelmed with joy because I had fought hard to have a healthy relationship with myself.
Welcome to another amazing video. Let's get into it. This is another case of finding yourself because time is running out. Why is that all women's relationships were toxic after a breakup, but accountability on their side is nil. I don't believe you can find yourself without realizing the wrongs you've been doing in your relationships. Starting over is difficult, and if we continue making bad decisions, starting over and over again will be our mission in life.
Good morning. I'm not just trying to cry on TikTok. I need your help. I woke up nonstop crying about my ex, missing him so much. And I'm overwhelmed that I will always feel this way or that this person will always cross my mind. Again, I'm trying to not just cry on this app. But I don't have health insurance at the moment, so I don't have a therapist. I have friends who've been really great. I just don't know how to get through today. How do you get through where your brain just can't stop thinking about them?
This is a case where the ex was actually the nice guy in the relationship. She would not be missing them if they were as toxic as some of the women explain on the internet. You might also find the only mistake that made them part ways could be solved by the woman admitting their fault, but the ego is always greater than that of men. If you decide to leave and start over, embrace for the impact. The man is experiencing the same thing.
There are three psychological stages that a lot of men generally go through after a breakup or a divorce with a woman. Those three psychological stages are relief, discomfort, and sadness. When you initially split up with a man, he is going through the stage of relief. That's when it seems like he's moving on quickly. You might see him with another woman. You might see him out and about, hanging out with his friends, living a life of excitement. He might be partying it up, casually hooking up with women, whatever the case may be. It seems like he's moving on, but in all reality, what's really happening is he's using all these things as coping mechanisms to get over the fact that he's no longer with you anymore. In the stage of relief, that's usually when the woman is bawling her eyes out, feeling the most amount of pain and crying the most. She might be journaling, finding ways to get over the breakup and whatnot, while the man is out and about, seemingly enjoying his life. After the stage of relief comes the stage of discomfort. That is when a man's life starts going back to normal. It starts going back to his daily routine. The monotony creeps back into his life. Things start going back to normal, and those feelings of excitement that he was experiencing in the initial stages of the stage of relief are now starting to fade away. So now he might start thinking about you a little more. He's starting to realize that all those hours outlets he was trying to use to fill in the void that you're no longer filling in are not as valuable as he thought they were. And this is exactly when the stage of sadness begins to creep in, the third stage. By the third stage, this is when the woman has more than likely moved on from the man, and the man is barely starting to catch up, because now all of his loneliness and his solitude is beginning to engulf his entire life. And now he's finding ways of, one, trying to get you back. And this is exactly why a lot of men reach out months and years after the breakup or after the divorce, because the stage of sadness has crept in onto their lives. And in some cases, during the stage of sadness, a man might even resort to drinking in order to get rid of that nostalgia that he's feeling for you, because he now finally realized that he left and lost out on a good woman. And by this time, the woman's already fully over a breakup, because she did what she had to do in the initial stages of the breakup to get over it and to heal from it, while the man is barely starting to catch up. When women are crying, bawling their eyes out, lamenting the breakup, lamenting the divorce, missing the man, that's when the man is out and about, seemingly enjoying his life and living it up. But when women finally move on, that's when a lot of men have a tendency to now feel lost and confused, and that's why they try creeping back into your life. Not every man goes through all these stages, but a lot of men go through these 3 psychological stages in this specific order: relief, discomfort, and sadness.
Hey, this is what I'm saying. Men too go through these emotions as women, but you won't see them coming on the internet to try bashing their woman when they clearly know they made a mistake. Can you see the mode of delivery of that content and information? Nothing is misleading or gaslighting men to hate on women. Women should do better when delivering their hurt on the internet.
Today is the first day of no contact. He moved out just before Christmas, so it's been a couple of weeks, and we are going no contact from January 1. My question is, how? How do you go no contact with somebody who... Oh, I don't want to cry. Who was, your everything. I just don't get it. How do you go no contact when every bone in your body and every fiber of my being wants to reach out? Do you know what I mean? So if you have also gone zero contact and you have been successful, please give me some advice, some tips. What should I do? I'm trying to keep as busy as I can. But yeah, day 1 is almost finished, and it's been a hard day.
This is exactly what happens when you realize the person you had was actually supporting you in ways that you never saw or thought about when you break up and decide to start over. These are the said or unsaid rules that will make sure both of you heal and become better. It is always a challenge cutting contact with the person you spoke to every day. But if they want to move on from your toxicity, they will definitely go zero contact for their well-being.
It is so hard to let go. I thought that it would be easy. But it's not easy at all. I'm trying so hard every day, focusing on my work, and I'm starting all over again from scratch. And I feel so lost. There are some days that I'm happy, and there are some days that my whole world come crashing down, And today's one of the days that I'm thinking about the kids. And I'm thinking about I'm getting older every day that goes by.
I will say this. Women should understand that in most cases, especially if they did not have a job, life will really mess you up after a breakup or divorce. Always remember, this man is trying to build himself too without now involving you, so his finances will be allocated according to what he sees fit for his future. And that is when, as a woman, you will realize that the privileges that you had were only because he cared about you. Then add the age thing and the issues with the new dating environment. It will be definitely so hard for you.
And I'm thinking about all the years that I have wasted. And I'm thinking about I am strong. I can make it. I doubt myself. I really doubt if I can make it. But at the same time, I have to make it for the sake of my kids. I have to make it. And then I think again, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel that I'm not good enough. It's okay to be tired. I'm only a woman trying to be everywhere, trying to make it work all by myself. And I have lost everything.
It's a tough world we're living in. No judgment. But do you realize when women go through a breakup, that is when they understand how men struggle out here? The same way women feel invisible with age is the same way, and even worse for a man since it starts when you're way young, because you have no money to chase and keep a young lady. Men are taught by the society early on to be tough, which hardens them, while women go through this later in life after being pampered by the society. And that is why they cry on the internet.
I was having a really good day up until now. Today's the first day in like literally a month. I managed to pick myself up, do my morning routine, have somewhat of a productive day. And my stupid ass looks up something and then I get triggered. Now I'm crying. And then I stupidly messaged him. Shouldn't have messaged him. And I feel stupid for it. Like I feel like I've been trying my hardest to like manage my emotions the last month. And I've been really trying my hardest to be kind to myself. But I'm so lonely. I literally have no support around me. It's just like I'm really alone. I feel like I have no one to talk to. I just feel so sad. Like I don't understand how it was just so easy for him to just decide one day that he didn't want to talk to me anymore. I literally just have like this feeling inside me that just like wants to run away, but I have nowhere to go. I've never been treated the way he has treated me. I've never been spoken to the way he has spoken to me. I genuinely feel like I will never be able to trust a man again. Like genuinely. I feel like I'm going to become like an avoidant person now, and I don't want to do that. That's not who I am at my core. Who I am at my core is like a really kind, caring person. I feel like that's just been stripped away from me because now it's just like I'm literally just so scared that like the people that I care about are gonna hurt me.
And to the people saying, oh, don't cry over a man, or it could never be me crying over a man, that's okay. That's you, and I'm not you. I'm different. When I feel emotions, I just feel them so much more. I feel like I'm an empath. And that irritates me even more because me crying is how I get it out of my system. And it's okay to cry. Don't ever try and shame anybody for crying or try to make somebody feel bad for crying. It's okay to cry because crying is a real emotion. It symbolizes that something is hurting me, and this is my body's way of showing that I'm hurt, and that's perfectly okay. Don't ever let anybody shame you for crying. Cry if you have to, because I'm gonna cry if I have to. And allow yourself to feel the emotions. Just allow yourself to feel. And I particularly don't like to cry, but when it happens, I just, I let myself feel it. And that's not wrong. I feel like it also shows that I did care about him to some extent. I did care, and I cared about us. And that's okay. No one will ever or can ever make me feel bad about that.
I'm just giving you the raw results of what women are going through out here after breakup or divorce. Be ready to miss your man and crying. Sending messages might also pop up in between, but be ready.
I'm at this weird stage in my life where I want to talk to somebody about what I'm going through, but there's nobody that I want to talk to about it. Like, I want to hang out with people, but I don't really have anybody I want to hang out with. And I want to process what I'm going through with somebody who could kind of understand, but nobody I know will actually hold me in the way that I feel like I need. So I'm in this like space of really protecting my energy, because I recognize that when I'm in this kind of like liminal space, like the in-between, and just like everything feels like it's unraveling, and just I don't feel like I have steady ground, talking to people and interacting with people who are just not there with me can sometimes be the most destructive thing for me. For me, I'm such an empath. I pick up on, it doesn't even have to be what you say. It could be what you're thinking, what you're feeling. And that clouds myself, my own judgment. So all I can do is just sit in a room by myself and figure this shit out by myself. And to be honest, it is the most uncomfortable space to be in. But one thing that I know is that this space is literally just recalibration. So I'm seeing this as a complete life recalibration. My body is just trying to normalize and get to a safe space, because shit's about to take off. That's all I know. Shit's about to take off once I get the clarity that I need and stop trying to get anybody else to try to help me see it myself.
Loneliness is an epidemic that we should not shy off from admitting. If we have friends we cannot trust or who cannot fulfill what our partners were doing for us emotionally, we will have to calibrate our lives on our own. That is the reality of things. That is all for today. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one.